highlight of our centennial celebration, our keynote speaker. And we are pleased to have with us this evening a past 2nd District representative of the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. And with the honor of introducing him is a brother who was most recently recognized by the fraternity for 50 years of service to Omega. He's a graduate of Rutgers University. Here is Brother Michael Elby.
Thank you, thank you. Just stand up and give yourselves applause, because this is going to be a long, just give yourselves an applause. And stretch it out just a little bit, okay? Thank you. But on behalf of the greatest fraternity known to man, I'm just tickled pink to stand up here and introduce to you one of the gems of Omega. Brother Kelvin K. Ampofo, 37th 2nd District Rep. And he told me to just let you know he's just good old African brother, okay? Brother Kelvin is a native of Washington, D.C., and grew up in Prince George County, Maryland. He's a graduate of Embry-Riddle Aeronautic University in Daytona Beach, Florida. He was initiated through the Omicron Epsilon chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, spring of 1998 at Bethune-Cookman College, now Bethune-Cookman University. After graduation, we call him Brother Pufu, returned to Maryland to pursue a career in aviation. His skills and knowledge related to aeronautic science and aviation management allowed him to move up the corporate ranks at an impressive pace, as he was promoted to become one of the youngest managers at the Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association. During this time, Brother Ampofo was a featured pilot commentator on Good Morning America after unforgettable terrorist attacks on September 11th to demonstrate the new airspace procedures for the Washington, D.C. area. He has worked 2 major airports as an airport operations manager, BWI, and Thurgood Marshall Reagan National Airport. He is currently employed with the Federal Aviation as a branch manager of airport operations. He oversees all airport inspections in the USA and is responsible for the safe and efficient operation of all major U.S. airports. The brother has a commercial pilot's license with multi-engine and instrumental ratings and has obtained the airport certified employee certification for operations and security, and a certified member of the American Association of Airport Executives. Brother Ampofo has served as a reclamation and retention chairman, 3-term chapter keeper of records and seals, vice bosses of both Alpha Lambda Lambda and Nu chapter in Maryland. He is also past coordinator of Maryland District 1, representative, former 2nd District KRS, immediate past DR of the 2nd District, is married to Phyllis, a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority, and has 2 sons, Josiah and Jeremy. Let's give a hand for Brother Ampofo. Y'all know what I just whispered in his ear, right? Ho-fo. 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 Thank you for that introduction. Good evening. Good evening. And greetings to all of you. I greet you in the name of my Lord and Savior, the supreme bossless of the universe. As we continue to deal with the challenges COVID-19, continued acts of social injustice, hurricanes, blizzards, plane crashes, 15 ballots to get a Speaker of the House elected, classified documents not being secured, mass
shootings at malls and schools, hypocrisy. And like Buju Banton or Erykah Badu, I could go on and on. But regardless of how straight the gate or the punishments of the scroll, not only are we the masters of our fate and the captains of our soul, I stand before you to say that God is still good. All the time. And all the time, yes, even now, God is good. Brothers, can we stand and honor our 42nd Grand Bosselus in his absence, Brother Ricky Lewis? Let's stand as he and the rest of the brothers down in Atlanta conduct the business of the International Undergraduate Summit. Let's recognize our Grand Bosselus in his absence. While you're standing, let's also recognize our 38th District Representative, Brother Delrico Gales. He's also down in Atlanta. And while you're still standing, let's honor the district representatives that are here. Our 14th District Representative, Brother Ted Greer. Our 16th District Representative, former Grand Keeper of Records and Seal, former First Vice Grand Bosselus, Dr. Adam McKee. And Kappa Omega's very own, our 26th District Representative and former Grand Keeper of Records and Seal, Brother Terrell Parrish. Brothers, you can be seated. I'm going to ask you to stand again, but you can be seated for now. Let me acknowledge all current and former Grand Officers, Supreme Council members, District Officers, State and Corridor Reps, District Council members, District Committee Chairmen, Chapter Bosselai, and Chapter Officers. I want to acknowledge two founder stand-ins that I've seen tonight. Certainly, Brother Oakman. Stand up, Brother Oakman. And Brother Cliff Smith. I've seen you stand up. Let's give them a round of applause. Two founder stand-ins that are present. Let's also salute a founder stand-in that's not present with us, but of course, as always, in our hearts, Brother John Gumby, 54 years of service to Omega. Brother Gumby, we love you. We love you, Brother Gumby. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Keep him in prayer as he heals and recovers. Brothers, we also are familiar with the term legacy. While we have many legacies in our fraternity, and even in this chapter, I have had the honor and privilege of working with a dynamic duo, the father and son combo of Jesse Rawls Sr. and his son, dad with 53 years and son with 30 years. Help me recognize all legacies in this great fraternity. I told you I was going to ask you to stand again. So all the brothers, go ahead and stand up. You know, we've been eating, so you got to stand up, stand up, stand up. Would everyone here help me give a round of applause to all my brothers that are present tonight? These mighty men of Omega. All the work that they do, the service to the community. Brothers, stay standing. Now watch this. If you have 19 years or less, have a seat. 19 years or less, have a seat. Take a look at the room. These brothers have 20 years of service to Omega. Give them a round of applause. Now, brothers that have 39 years or less, have a seat. Look at these brothers with 40 years of service to Omega. Don't get mad at me. 49. Oh, you're almost there. 49 years or less, have a seat. Have a seat. We're almost there, almost there. 49 or less, have a seat. Take a look at who's standing with 50 plus years of service. "51 years or less, have a seat. 51 years or less, have a seat." Uh-huh. 52 years or less, have a seat. 53 years of service, have a seat. Thank you for your service. 54, have a seat. These brothers have 55 years or more of Omega service. 56, 57, 58, 59. These brothers have 60 years of service.
61.
61. 62, 63, 64. These brothers have at least 65 years of service to Omega. 66. 67, 68, 69. These brothers have 70 years of service. 70 years of service to this fraternity. 71? 72. 72 years. Let me also acknowledge the visiting brothers from various chapters across the district and fraternity that are in attendance, the brothers and sisters of our National Pan-Hellenic Council that are present, and to the significant others, the spouses, I look good, of the men that serve this great fraternity, I say good evening. To the brothers of Kappa Omega, who have done a tremendous job uplifting the community, and as we celebrate 100 years of the capital city Qs, supporting the youth, families, seniors, and communities in the Harrisburg, York, and Lancaster counties, I salute you and hope and pray that you and your families are well. Let me also acknowledge the leader of this chapter, Brother Eugene Spells. Brother Boslis, as I acknowledge you for your leadership, let me personally thank you, Brother Devan, and your Centennial Committee for this opportunity to speak this evening. Before you became Boslis, I recall our many talks and conversations about leading the brothers, and some of your quotes I still recall. They include, "Really? For real? Oh, man. Since you have received the gavel, I believe the brothers would agree that you, sir, have done a wonderful job. And so, Brother Bastos, I say job well done. Keep working and know that there is no past like immediate past. You got some time and more work to do, but when you get here, it's a wonderful, wonderful place to be. Those of you that have been there before, you know about the immediate past life, look at somebody and say, he right. I'm certain that I was asked to speak to you because the brothers enjoy the time frame I usually speak for. I want to give full disclosure. I plan on being obedient and doing what was asked of me. And I'll be sure to keep my remarks between the 1 hour and 2 hour time frame I was allotted. I have a message for my brothers, and I'm prayerful that this message will be motivational and uplifting. For the brief time that is ours, I ask for your indulgence as I keep it 100 for this 100th. Let me say that again. I'm going to keep it 100 for this 100th celebration. Speak to my brothers and encourage them to keep the lamp well lit. Keep the lamp well lit. My brothers of Kappa Omega, it gives me great pleasure to stand before you as we celebrate 100 years of your service to the community. This is indeed a momentous and once in a lifetime occasion. We don't often get the opportunity to publicly acknowledge, celebrate, and thank brothers for their time, hard work, affection, dedication, patience, service, and love that they have devoted to the community as members of the greatest fraternity, Omega Psi Phi, which is the first black fraternity to be founded on a black campus. I thought I'd just throw that in there. My brothers, your loyalty and dedication is something special in this day and time. A time when chapter shopping, not paying dues, or choosing not to be active in Omega appears fashionable. The continued search for what is thought to be better opportunities, or the good brothers, the good chapters, means that brothers seldomly stay financial or involved longer than a few years. Ask those brothers in chapters who have newer brothers with less than 5 years of service, how is it that those names of the newer brothers are already on the non-financial and reclaimable list? Brother former DRs, I better stick to my notes so I may not be invited back. A lamp. More than just a symbol. Indicative of knowledge. Provides light. Leads one to certain places. Has a parallel base. A lamp well lit reveals the ability to sacrifice, to use the mind's power to its fullest extent in reasoning, and to establish priorities. Omega men can and must be the model fraternity of this nation. To keep a lamp lit requires three things, and I'm out your way: heat, fuel, and oxygen. Heat is the first and most essential element that a fire or flame needs. Although there is a scientific definition of heat that states heat is the energy associated with the random motions of the molecules, atoms, or smaller structural units of which matter is composed, I want to use a definition by a good show that starred Emmanuel Lewis. Okay, I'm dating myself. The show was called Webster. And when I look at Webster's dictionary, I find a definition that is right on time for this message. One of Webster's definition of heat is intensity of feeling or intensity of reaction. So if I can sum it up with one word, it would be passion. We know that lukewarm is tumble low dry. So to keep the lamp well lit, we need heat. That means, brothers, we need your passion. What have you done for Omega lately? Where is your heat? Where is your passion to make sure that the homeless are fed? Where is your passion when our youth need mentors and direction? Where is your passion when it's time to go to work for Omega? Do you want to work out or just be out? If I were to go back and look at your application for membership, what would I find regarding your essay on why you want to be in Omega? You had a whole lot of passion to get in, and now that you're in, it seems your passion, after the groove, what's your next move? We have to stay engaged. Heat is a critical element to keeping the lamp well lit. So make sure you do your part and provide that element of heat, that intensity, that passion. And when you do, make sure you bring someone with you. We don't need 80, but if we have enough that are thoroughly immersed in the true Omega spirit, and if we do thy duty that is best, surely the Lord will do the rest. To keep the lamp well lit, we need heat. We need your passion. Now that we understand the need for heat, the second thing we need to keep the lamp well lit is fuel. So the fire or the flame will need a fuel source in order to continue to burn. Fuel, by common definition, can be anything that's flammable, such as paper, wood, fabric, chemicals, or combustible materials. If you remove the fuel from the fire, then it'll go out. For one purpose, and also from Webster, we're going to use the transitive verb definition, which is support and stimulate. May I ask a few questions? What is the last event you have supported for Kappa Omega besides tonight? When was the last time you purchased the Mardi Gras ticket, paid your dues, attended the Kappa Omega Gospel celebration? How about the Harrisburg Teen Summit? Have you paid your dues? Did you help or even attend the Easter egg extravaganza? Have you contributed to the scholarship fund? Have you paid your dues? How can we expect to keep the lamp well lit if we sit on our blessed assurance? I can find you at the party, but not at the meeting. I see you on social media, but not helping the kids with the contents of an encyclopedia. Are you only interested in doing things your way, or are you willing to adopt a role and help clean up the highway? To keep the lamp well lit, you got to provide that fuel. You got to support your chapter. Support the fraternity. Support your community. Do something. Change something. Move something. How's it go? When I move, you move. It's like, roll up your sleeves and go to work. Lift your chin and set your shoulders. When you see something that's not right, meet it squarely, face to face. Brothers of Kappa Omega, you must continue to provide uplift to the community. And it requires fuel, your support, and your ability to stimulate others. As you keep the lamp well lit, it's imperative that you prioritize and strategize. Tell those reclaimable, non-financial, non-active, or otherwise not engaged brothers to stop sitting on the bench. Get up and do something. Join that committee. Lead, chair that committee. Pay your dues. If the lamp is going to stay well lit and the chapter is going to celebrate another centennial, we need fuel for the lamp. We must be a part of something so we don't fall for anything. We know what excuses are, yet the monuments continue. Let's make sure our fuel supply remains full. Our communities, our youth are counting on us. Now, we've talked about heat. We've talked about fuel. And now it's time to talk about the third point, and I'm sitting down because y'all want to get that happy out. Oxygen is the last element in a fire triangle. Oxygen may not be the most copious gas in the atmosphere. We know that's nitrogen, but it is certainly the most important one. Without it, no living being can survive. Have you ever wondered what would happen if the entire world lost its oxygen supply? How about for just 5 seconds? I can assure you, we would have more problems than keeping a lamp well lit. In fact, if the whole world was deprived of oxygen for 5 seconds, the results would be catastrophic. According to Science ABC, the sky during the day would get dark. The Earth's crust would crumble. Everyone chilling on the beach would get extremely sunburned. Everyone's inner ear would explode. Vehicles with internal combustion engines would stop working. Every structure made of concrete would crumble. So what's your point, Brother DR? My point simply is this. Since we need oxygen to keep our lamp well lit, it's imperative that we do not asphyxiate others. It's one thing to deal with those trying to asphyxiate us that don't look like us. And it's another thing when it's someone that looks like us. And it's an entirely different level when it's a person in the same organization as us. Stop doing things unbrotherly to each other. You have plenty to say about someone when they're not around. Yet when they are in front of you, it's nothing but crickets. You constantly find ways to tear down others and don't think others see it, but they do. Stop it. Stop making it all about you. I mean, I know everyone has a hater or two or three. So are you the one that's hated on, or are you the hater? Instead of using or relying on facts, figures, friendship, fellowship, and yes, even sometimes faith, we allow fake people that provide false information to create fear. Yes, that little evil, ultimately resulting in frustration over foolishness. I wonder how many people right now are upset with someone about something and don't even know why. And for those of you that do know why, I'm willing to bet it's something that can be categorized as petty. Yet the brothers know petty differences are supposed to be. While I'm here, let me say this like I'm new. If you've been around this district long enough, you know the name Reverend Dr. Christopher Curry. He used to tell us, no, he used to warn us, beware of politics. Even as you hear the word politics, you're not thinking about it the way he meant it. I know it seems like I've been teaching a science class, so I might as well include math. Watch this. Dr. Curry said, break down the word politics. So poly equals many. Ticks are bloodsuckers. Whew. I'll say it again. Poly means many. Ticks are bloodsuckers. He said, watch out for politics. For our message today fits right in with those trying to take away oxygen from our land. We must stop the choking, strangling, brainwashing, stabbing, backstabbing. They smile in your face, don't they? And all other acts of depriving one from oxygen. Let me throw this one in for free. As we deal with those trying to take oxygen or suck the blood right out of us, when you are in a position to reply, respond, retaliate, or otherwise react, be careful what you say in the moment of your anger. Words spoken in moments of frustration, anger, or even fear can take years or even decades to recover from. There's an African proverb that tells us if we want to go fast, go alone. But if we want to go far, we go together. Ensuring we have heat, fuel, and oxygen ensures the lamp stays well lit. When the lamp stays lit, the oil continues to burn. As the oil burns, come on, my brothers, as the oil burns, that wisdom, that knowledge and education continue. We carry on the vision of those 3 undergraduate students along with their advisor, being united as college men wherever we go. Bishop Edgar Amos Love quotes, "There is a place for mediocrity in our society, but not in Omega." Bishop Love also stated in his speech the challenge of the difficult. We are in the midst of the world not to conform to it, but to transform it. Now with over 200,000 initiated brothers, 750 chapters in 17 countries, keep the lamp well lit. So we can show the world what college-educated black men do as we uplift our community. Keep the lamp well lit as we communicate effectively in face-to-face discussions and illustrate how noble a concept we are as Omega men, making things happen. Keep the lamp well lit as we attend school board meetings and ask the pertinent questions that are in the best interest of our young people. Keep the lamp well lit as we participate in peaceful protests in the name of social justice. And as we call for justice on those who kill unarmed black people. As I conclude, and as we celebrate this 100-year milestone of Kappa Omega Chapter, in order to reach another milestone, ensure, my brothers, that you keep the lamp well lit. Life is only traveled once. Today's moment becomes tomorrow's memory. Enjoy every moment, good or bad, because the gift of life is life itself. Keep the lamp well lit. Congratulations again on this memorable accomplishment. Long live the Kappa Omega chapter, and long live the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated.
Hey, let's give it a round of applause one more time. Brother Ampofo, the brothers of Kappa Omega would like to present you with this gift made by our brother Oni Maduka. Malachi. The challenge, brother, is keep the fuel lit. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, brothers. Thank you, brother.
All right, again, thank you, TASDR Ampofo, for honoring us today with that message.